You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour on a Monday. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up later in this hour. A guest will be joining me to talk about a fun comedy event that's happening this Friday in Sioux Falls. Also, we've got This Day in Sioux Falls History. We'll be getting to that. And what else do we have? Oh, yeah, the Market Beat Minute. And the end of this hour, Jeremy Jordan and Jay Farrow, two very, very funny guys. Jay Farrow, I know from Saturday Night Live, and if you've ever watched on there, you'll see very, very funny guy, extremely talented at doing impressions of people. And they are both in a new movie called Spinning Gold. We're going to be chatting with the two of them coming up later this hour. And also want to remind you that we're getting back to our Wednesday this week. We got a great prize from our friends at Tire Motive. You can sign up for a free oil change. If you go to sunnyradio.com and click on Win Prizes, we'll do that on Wednesday. Thursday, of course, Thunder Road Thursday. And then Friday, free, I always struggle to say this, Free Flag Friday. There we go. That's on Friday from Maximum Promotions. So if you get a chance, get online and register right now at sunnyradio.com. Just click the Win tickets and other cool stuff, and we'll be on your way to being a big old winner. So we'll see if we can make that happen later this week. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour on a Monday.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. I have Alisha Rayne joining me right now, and she's got a fun event coming up later this week. Alisha, how you doing?
I'm good, John. How are you?
I am good. Now, your program is called Morning Buzz, but it's in the evening, right?
Yep, it's a parody morning show, so we kind of make fun of all those kind of talk shows. Both morning shows, the afternoon shows, and the late night shows. So we kind of mix them all together one big parody.
The thing that's going to be fun, you've got a couple of really fun folks that are joining you. So we're going to talk about how you can get tickets and where it's hosted and all of that. But first, let's talk about what's going to be happening this Friday the 7th.
Yep, it's going to be at the Spellbound Magic Shop, and it's called Morning Buzz, and I'm the host, and we have an in-house musician, Tony DiPaolo. He's big in the local music scene, so it's really excited to have him on to be our in-house musician. He's going to play a couple songs and play some music at the beginning and the end of the show, so instantly it's going to be a fun time. And then we have local favorite Chris Fryer. He's going to be featuring at the end of the show.
Very funny guy.
And then, yes, he is hilarious. And then what's different about this show is it's actually a hybrid show. So it's going to be live and on Zoom. So you can watch it either from your own home live, or you can come down and see it live at Spellbound.
Very nice.
So super fun.
And I see that Luke Johnson's going to be a part of this doing his game show Vocabularious. That is so much fun.
It is. So that's going to have two teams. One's going to be contestants on Zoom, and then we're going to have a team live in the audio or on stage. And so they're going to kind of compete against each other to see who's the funniest in Vocabularious. So lots of fun there, and Luke Johnson is a terrific host, and this is going to be a super fun segment, part of a super fun show. So,
and I see Ed Smith will be there as well. Tell me a little bit about Ed.
Ed is, I met Ed through Zoom Comedy, and he has a bunch of different characters that he does, and that's part of the reason why I have him on his show. One of his characters is Oog, son of Og, and that's kind of a character that's a caveman type of character, and he does jokes in that caveman character, and then he's got a couple other characters, so it's going to be a surprise which character he's going to be on the show this time. So it's going to be live, but then we're going to also have a big TV screen projected, so you'll be able to see everyone on Zoom and see people kind of interacting on Zoom. And then I have a Zoom host, Aaron, and his co-host, which is a puppet named Orb. So lots of moving parts.
There's a lot going on Friday. So now if somebody would like to join you, there's two ways. They can join you in person in Sioux Falls, and they can join you on Zoom. How do I do either one of those?
Well, you can get tickets online through Eventbrite, and those links are on my Facebook page, Buzzline, BZZZLINE, and there's events for both of them. The ticket links are there. So the tickets for the live show is $10. And then if you just wanted to kind of, watch it live on Zoom, those are $5 tickets. Either way, you're going to have such a good time.
And it's all coming up this Friday. Even though it's called Morning Buzz, it's Friday evening at 8 p.m. And I'm going to throw a link to make it easy to find on SiouxFallsComedy.com. And if somebody would like to join you, is there a preference for you? Would you rather have them in person in Sioux Falls or watch through Zoom, or does it not really matter to you either way?
Either way is fine, but if you're in Sioux Falls, it's going to be so fun if you're live in the audience. But if you're in Sioux Falls or anywhere, honestly, this can be zoomed in from anywhere around the world. If you're just at home and, want something to do without leaving your house on a Friday night, you can definitely get your Zoom ticket and just be part of the audience online. So
Absolutely.
That's also very fun.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm going to try to convince my wife to go to this with me. I think it sounds like a really good time.
Yep, and I just want to mention one more time, Tona DePaulo is going to be our house musician, and he is so talented, and so he's going to be doing a couple of songs throughout the show as well, and so that's another reason to come to the show. Again,
I appreciate you taking the time. We're going to chat with Chris Fryer later in the week to talk about it again. He's the feature comic, and Luke Johnson and Ed Smith. A lot of folks coming together for Morning Buzz this Friday, April 7th at Spellbound Magic Shop. All of the details at Facebook.com/Sioux Falls News, Facebook.com/Sunny Radio, and SiouxFallsComedy.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, April 3rd, 1882, that Sioux Falls elected their very first city mayor, Jacob Schatzel. Sioux Falls was originally chartered as a village by the territorial government of Dakota. As such, it elected 4 previous village presidents, the final also being Jacob. A large part of his mission as village president was to meet the requirements and push through the territorial legislature a city charter for the booming town of Sioux Falls. Upon receiving that charter, Sioux Falls rewarded Schatzel for his efforts by electing him as our city's first mayor. Jacob Schatzel served just one 2-year term where he did much to set in motion laws and ordinances that would lay the groundwork for a successful city for years to come. He then continued to be active in local politics after his term as mayor and resided here for more than 38 years before his death. This has been This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by Sioux Falls Fun Page and Sunny 93.3.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, April 3rd, brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Equity markets rebounded last week, and the rally may continue this week. A combination of easing fear, easing inflation, and better-than-expected earnings reports is why. The S&P 500 gained over 3.25% for the week in a high conviction move that could reach the 4,200 level soon. The risk for traders is that resistance at the 4,200 will cap gains until later in the year. This week will be driven primarily by the economic data. There are a few reports on the calendar, but multiple economic events. Most of those are centered on the labor market and could point the way toward the Fed's next move. If the labor market shows signs of weakness or deterioration, the committee may have no choice but to hold back on the next interest rate hike. Until then, inflation remains hot despite the cooling indicated in last week's data. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.